Hello and welcome to the Halifax Real Estate Podcast. I am your host, Jason Paul, licensed realtor in Halifax since 2017 and team lead of the Infinity Real Estate Group at eXp Realty of Canada Inc. This podcast was created to help you understand a little more about the Halifax and Nova Scotian real estate markets. If you like what you hear, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. Today's guest is Bruce McGaw. Bruce has been a licensed realtor in the Valley in Nova Scotia since 2021. You might know Bruce from his social media content that has generated over 3.3 million views within the last year. Bruce is known for his hilarious home tour walkthroughs, but when speaking to Bruce, it's obvious his passion in real estate is helping people accomplish their real estate goals, all while being true to who he is as a person. Please welcome Bruce McGaw. How you doing today, sir?
Good, Jason. Thanks for having me on. Excited for the
Oh
chat.
man, it's a pleasure having you. Thank you for making the time. I really
Yeah, let's do
appreciate
it.
it. I'll let you know how I came across you. I've already raved about you once, but I am a really big fan of your social media content as a realtor.
Thank you.
You are one of the few who has made me stop and actually like a video.
Nice.
Cause I'm sure you see this as well in real estate. Like imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. We love copying each other. As soon as someone does a piece of content as a realtor, it's a walkthrough. It's the way they show a home. It's one of those corny day in the life videos. I say that when I got one of those coming out soon, so I'm
Fair
corny.
enough.
But when you see someone that you like, we always seem to copy it or try and find our own way of doing it. I loved yours because it was so left.
Oh
It
yeah.
was I gotta ask, how in the world did you come up with that idea to be that deadpan when you're doing a house? And even the way you guys cut it, like I don't think people really like unless you make content, you
Mm,
don't really appreciate the editing involved. Like I love it where it's like, this is a house. And you go and it's like the cut is you at the Kentville sign being like, it's in Kentville. Being like close to the NSLC, close to the friggin' hospitals. Like I love the cuts you guys do and how you break it down because it's you heard me if you listen. I know you listen to the my best rant of the year in 2025.
it did, yeah.
My rants are always the same. I just hate it when our job is to sell the client's house. Like I hate it when the content we put out as an industry is about us.
Mm,
And I love it that yours is the right blend of it is you because people resonate with what you're doing, but you're
yep,
selling the house. You're not talking about like your sales or like you're not trying to look good for the camera. You're like, I'm selling this house. I'm going to tell you everything about it and it's going to be fun and you're not going to feel the time go by because we all have short attention spans right now. That's a very
absolutely.
long-winded way of me asking. How did you come up with did you come up with that on your own? Did you see someone else do? I'm so fascinated by how you came up with that piece of content.
Yeah, so I was doing video for my listings, doing,
Yeah.
standard walkthrough tours that you would get a company to come in, they would do it for you, put it up,
Yeah.
and it was what it was. And I got some engagement on it. It was a standard, it was kind of what everybody else was doing. And I'm pretty heavy on watching social media trends, watching what's going on here in the States, following a lot of realtors that are doing a lot of cool stuff, and watching what was happening down there. I was always wanting to do something different,
Yeah.
and it took me some time to kind of figure out what that was. So in the fall of 2024, I had this house in Kingston, and it was an estate sale. The mother had
Yeah.
passed, and there was, I think, 6 children involved in the sale. So there was a lot of hands in the pot. And I didn't want to do that video. Like luxurious kind of video walkthrough for this didn't really make sense. It was dated. It had been smoked in. It wasn't the most beautiful house. It was functional. It was a solid house. And there's this colleague of mine. Actually, do you know Cameron Brio out in Moncton? He's a
I
DSP as
don't.
well. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I connect with him, and there's some other creators all throughout the East Coast that I kind of keep in touch with. And he did this one video ages ago, and I kind of, like you said, imitation is the biggest form of flattery.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of took what he had did, and it was based around the house having good bones. So I took that idea, took the presentation, and made it like something different. That I'm not trying to stop the scroll with my first one, but
Yeah.
just doing something different, something offbeat that will make people actually want to watch it. So I just took my camera, brought it with me, brought a tripod, put my microphone on a business card and just went to it. And I've had a couple people with me when I'm filming them, and when you're filming them, it's so weird to see the vision after because
Yeah.
so much of what makes those videos is on the editing room floor.
Yep.
So everything that comes together, I kind of have a vision in my head, and then we put it together in the editing room because it's just such quick cuts.
Yeah.
So I did that one that got really good attention, but most of it was from, colleagues or some other people that were interested in the house.
Right.
So, maybe I think 3,000 views that one's up to now over its lifetime, which
That's a hit though.
I
Like
know.
2 like 3 like you know what? We all I I'm not good at content. I will happily say that. My content, I think is I'm being self-critical. I think I'm mediocre at best. Trying to get better, but I'm nowhere near like I think of like you've got great content. I think of like Chelsea Lawler has great
Yeah,
content. Jonathan Lander has great content.
yeah,
Like realtors do really good content. I'm not one, I'm working on it. But I think when it comes to seeing great content, like the the cut, the edit is like everything you
totally.
see. And to see like we've all been there where you're recording something and you're like,
Maybe
is this
not
get
gonna work.
are we stupid?
Yeah,
Should we just go
yeah,
back to the tried and true? Hi,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
Jason Paul. Welcome to you know what I mean? But when it came to social media content, like you get so into as a realtor anyway, you get so
Hmm.
because you're trying to build a profile, trying to build a brand, you're trying to build recognition,
Yeah.
just to get some leads to keep the lights on. You get caught up in the views of like 100 people, 200 people, 3,000 people. Someone once said to me, and I loved it, because I was bitching about views on a piece of content that I thought would really go.
Mm,
I thought I nailed it on a house that was really pretty in downtown Halifax
hmm.
and luxurious and all those things. I like trademark this will hit, and it didn't go. And I was mad because it got like 700, 800 views, or I was upset. I was complaining about it to a colleague,
Mm,
and he said, "Imagine 800 people in this room."
yep,
And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Just picture," and like we were in this like little cafe. He's like, "Just picture 800 people in this room." And then
exactly.
he goes, "Now shut the fuck up." I was like, "Okay."
All right, you're right. Yeah, and I say 3,000 like it's not a lot, but it was a lot of that time.
Yeah.
Fast forward to today, the biggest video that I have views on is up to 750,000 views across all platforms.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and
amazing.
it was one that I did not think was gonna hit.
Really?
I'm pretty confident now that all of them that I put up, they're gonna get some good
Traction.
interaction, they're gonna get some good traction, they're gonna get out there, they're gonna get good comments, things like that. But this one was for an off-grid property in Bear River that not much around to do the local piece for it, right? So
Yeah.
I can't really hop in front of the coffee shop because there isn't much for a coffee shop in that area. And for some reason, that one just got 750,000 views. I don't know what
Naturally
it was. Yeah.
organic. No, nothing behind it.
I haven't done a single paid ad on any of my listing videos.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What do you average for views? If you don't mind me, any idea?
Yeah.
Rough ballpark.
Yeah. So on the high end, we're getting in that 500,000.
Wow.
But usually we're anywhere from like 75 to 125.
Wow, just on a perfectly organic reach,
Yeah.
just good solid content.
Good solid content. That's it, man.
Eh,
And it took 6 videos to
'kay.
hit. So a lot of people, you see the trajectory from someone to go
Yep.
from here to here, but not a lot of people see this. They don't see the
Right.
roller coaster that you're on to get up to there. And it was actually the bringing in the local pieces of it that made it really hit. So I had a listing in
Right.
Port Williams, um, kind of a depressed house. It was a solid home right on the main street in the 358. And I was like, you know what, this time I'm going to get involved with the community and I'm going to bring in the community aspect of it
Right.
because a lot of the agents that I'm seeing do really cool stuff in the States. Do you follow Broke Agent Media?
I do. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of their big contributors, some of the biggest things they're talking about is local, local, hyper local. Make sure that what you're doing is tying the property back to where it is. Because
Right.
one of the things you can't change about the house is location.
Right.
Not going anywhere. It is where it is. So I took the opportunity to take the first 10 seconds of my videos
Yeah.
and showcase where it is, what amenities are close by, what restaurants are close by. And that one just went
Yeah.
skyrocketed. I put it up at night. I woke up in the morning and I thought something was wrong with my phone because it broke 100,000 views from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m.
What was your any idea what your average view count was before?
1,500.
Fi
I mean, before I started doing the videos, 1,500.
Yeah.
It started to gain a bit. I had some that hit that 10K mark,
Yeah.
um, but that was really stretching it. And then nowadays we're getting to 10K within a couple hours sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just off of what made you do deadpan? Because that
Yeah.
is like my like favorite. I love it because it's like it is the antithesis of real estate content. Like we're all so like, hi, or like
Mm,
this how, like, like so much, and it feels so. It, after you see 10,000 of them, of the like, hi, welcome to my listing. Like after so many times of that pep, it feels fake. It feels
totally.
inauthentic.
Yeah.
And it shows because no one watches it anymore because it's the
Yeah.
same script for your 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. Like I said to my photographer, I think it was last year, my videographer, I said I can't do any more of these intros. Like I'll hang myself if I have to go with Jason Paul, VXP Realty, da 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 da, and this that da 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 da. Like I was like, we need to figure out something different because like these suck.
Mm,
But like, what made you go? I'm gonna deadpan this. I'm not gonna have it. I'm just gonna be, hey. Like what?
yeah.
How? Like what came up with that?
It was different. So before I got into real estate, I worked in the restaurant industry, bars, hospitality,
Yep.
the alcohol industry. So I've got a server voice. You know, when you're out to eat, your server doesn't talk to you like they talk to your friends. Um, they're there to serve you and they're something. Hi, how you doing today? Great to meet you. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming to your table. What can I get you? My name's Bruce and we take care of you today. So I was doing a lot of that with my intro videos and kind
Yep.
of adopting that voice. And I said, I want to create kind of persona for
Right.
this and do something that's different, something that people are going to see. And I just wanted lowbrow. I wanted something that was going to be easy to digest, something that might get shared throughout the neighborhoods and the areas. Um, and the deadpan just kind of spoke to me a little bit. So I did it for that seller. And honestly, I didn't tell them I was doing that video. I just did it and sent it to them. And they were like, this is the funniest shit I have ever seen. Please post this. So
Oh, I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. So I did it. And then the next one that I did, I said, okay, here's what I can do. Here's the old videos I used to do. Here's the new videos. Um, I'll leave it to you to decide which one you want to do. And that seller was like, definitely the new video. That's hilarious. That's going to make you famous at some point. I was like, maybe we'll see. So that's what I did. And
Yeah.
it just kept growing and growing and
Just
growing and
took
kept doing
off.
it. I did about 20 of them last year. So it just,
And everyone just like 10x the other one. Now you're,
yeah,
I mean, 75,000 to $100,000 view, 125,000 views organically on social media is like kudos to you. Like
thanks, man.
that's so impressive. I've
Yeah,
been trying to crack social for 6 years. I'm still bad, and it's
it's
okay.
hard.
Like I'm happy to say it. I'll figure it out. But like, I remember when I first saw your video. It could have been late 24, it could have been early 25. I definitely saw it last year. I don't know what part of the year it was, but my wife's a realtor as well, and we were both, and she was either writing her license or getting ready to write her license. And I remember I just flipped it and was like, "Look at this! Like this is good. This is like that. Fuck me! Why didn't we
Yeah.
think of
Well,
that?"
and that's it. And I have had people that have imitated it and tried to do
Of
it, and
course.
it didn't land.
Of course.
No, it's,
I
yeah,
could tell you, like, you know what? Honestly, I liked your shit so much, I was gonna do it, and then I was like, "You fake fuck, don't you
yeah,
dare." I was like, "He nailed that lane, let him live in that." I went back to, like, you gotta figure out your own thing because 'cause I'm a
totally.
different personality,
Yeah,
but I remember, like, at one point, like, we were gonna do a kind of like a lowbrow listing
yep.
last year in just outside of Halifax. It was nothing glam or spectacular, and I was like, "We could do that." But then I was like, fuck off. You're a schmuck.
Fuck, you can't. No, you can.
If
I'd be happy if you did, but it's not going to hit. It may not hit the same, right?
my thoughts were, I was like, do it, text him first, give him the compliment, and then rip his shit off.
Go for it. Go for it.
Like I was like, you at least have to tell him first, this complete
Yeah,
stranger, and be like, hey, I love your crap. Like I'm just gonna verbatim.
yeah.
But then I was like, you don't have you like what you do is those videos are great. I'm such a big fan. Now I'm
Thanks,
gonna
man.
stop glazing you, but honestly, kudos.
That's all right.
I
Keep
can't
waxing that poetic. I'm all for it.
I I can't say it enough because like in a world where everyone like it seems like every realtor is trying to crack social,
Yeah.
everyone is doing something. It's nice to see someone be authentically themselves in a real transparent way that also helps the client's house. Like, that
Totally.
always seems to be, like, the disconnect that I see, and in my
Mhm.
frustration with real estate content is, like, I just see it as, "Man, you're not even selling the house." Like, some of the shenanigans I've seen have just been, like I'm sure you've seen them too, where you're like, "What the fuck are
I
you
get sent
doing?"
stuff all the time now. People will send me
Yeah.
shit like, "Hey, look at this. You should listen." I'm like, "Thanks for the input, but I'm not." Do you know Tampa Bree? Do you know who that is? The
I
one that's
don't know.
oh my god, she does extremely vulgar jokes
Ugh.
down in Florida, and one of them, the first one, just opens up and it's talking about the shag carpet in this house is like your mom's bush in the '70s, and I'm just like, whoa, wouldn't hit here, wouldn't be able to do it, and especially as a
Keep
male,
y
it no, not a good idea. But
you I would never
no,
one like, 30 seconds, you would get one old lady
God,
out in, like, Sherbrooke
yeah,
Village.
God, yeah. Yeah, but last year, my main goal and kind of my mantra for the year was just you said authenticity,
Yeah.
because everything that's coming down for trends that I could see in social media was the over glamorized video shoots.
Yep.
Those are coming to an end. Those are not going to get you new
Yep.
clients. That's not going to get people reaching out to you. That's not going to get you the engagement that it used to. An authentic, true personal self is what people are looking for nowadays. So
Yep.
to incorporate that not only into my listing videos but into the other content that I do was
Yep.
really important to me because one of my colleagues at Exit Metro, Andrew Stevens, is really heavy
Oh,
into
yeah.
YouTube,
I know
right? He
Andrew.
does,
Yeah, I know
yeah,
Andrew, yeah.
yeah, he does YouTube, and that's like big for him. And I started to do some YouTube, and it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot of production. It's a lot of editing. It's a lot of work. And then social hits. So I kind of pulled back from the YouTube a bit. But one of the things that he said to me a while ago that really stuck with me is he's talking to a bunch of his friends and saying how that he thinks that everybody sees every realtor on Instagram that we do. No, no, no. We're
No.
following all the realtors. Your
Yeah.
friends may only have one or two that they're following. So if everybody posted about the 2% down payment program that came out, guaranteed that the general public are only going to see a couple people that are posting
Yep.
about that. Whereas we see it's like, oh, geez, everybody did it. Like
Oh my
2
god.
seconds
The
later, interest rate change, everybody's posting about it. New program for home buyers, everybody's posting about it. And we think, why the hell should I do that? Because everybody else already did it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because who's seeing your feed? It's
Right.
a low percentage of realtors if that's who you're tailoring your content towards. I didn't tailor
Right.
my content towards other agents. I tailored it towards
The
the
public.
general public. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not like one specific age demographic. I'll get people reaching out and asking, who are you trying to target? I said, everyone.
Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah,
who
yeah.
likes to laugh and likes the content and might be looking for a house or just for a laugh today.
Right. Right, and that's such a, like it's such a good way to look at it, whereas, like, you'll find real estate content, I agree with you, the over glamorization or, like, these listings of, like, high end driving up in Mercedes, like, there's a time and a place for that, but it seems like every listing in every area has that or in the last it's died off recently, but you've seen it, you saw it so much overplayed of, like, the wealth
Yeah.
of real estate.
Totally.
Agent's done it really well in a three-piece suit.
Yep.
Hair's perfect, yada, yada, yada. They're walking into a $500,000 house. And you're like,
Yeah.
not the time. Like, it's
Yeah.
just not but to see, like, true authentic like, 'cause I love that you're going for everyone. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're right in a sense that, like, only we see all the real estate content because we follow a bunch of realtors and
That's it.
we're in the zeitgeist. Like our algorithms give us content of
Yeah.
real estate content because we're trying to ingest it. But people don't see it. I kind of went the same way where you do. Where I went education.
Yep.
Um, I went to just help because I don't know how much you listen to my podcast, but this was created for an idiot friend of mine.
Right.
I did this in spite of my idiot friend who's been a
Right.
guest twice. And I've told him on both episodes he's an idiot because I tried begging him to buy a house in
Mhm.
2019 because no one knew it was going to do what was going to do
No.
like the
No.
market, but it was cooking.
Yeah.
Like it was active, people were engaged, house prices were going up, and I remember he had it. He had all the money, he was ready to go. Just that wasn't there emotionally yet. And I
Mhm.
remember I'll never forget. I've described this before, but we were at a party. He came to my party at my house at the time, and he said, "How's the market?" Like that classic, like
Of
head
course.
fucking, "How's the market?" to the realtor. I go, "You should absolutely buy a house." I'll never forget. He took a sip of his old fashioned that he made in my kitchen, and goes, I'm not fucking talking to you. And he just kept it moving. And he's one of my closest friends. Like we laughed, but I remember
Yeah.
being like, I'm gonna get you. Like I know you listen to podcasts. And sure enough, it took 4 years, but we
Yeah.
got him. And he looks at me now like, you were right. I'm like, I know I was right. That's why I built a podcast for your stupid app. But anyway, it's
Yeah.
education, trying to help people understand. Um, I gotta ask, how long have you been doing this for?
I got licensed in 2021.
Oh, you in
So,
the mock.
oh, buddy, I came in the thick of it. Um, my first client that I had was looking for investment properties between Halifax and the Valley.
Yeah,
And I remember going into some of these homes, you got 15 minutes to see them. There's already 40 offers on the table, and you're throwing numbers of $150,000 over with minimal conditions to get these. And the agents are only calling back the ones house listed at 250.
yep,
They're only calling everybody back that's over four.
yep.
Um, so I came into that market. That's the market that I cut my chops in.
Um, Good for you.
Yeah.
I will give anyone credit for surviving that chaos.
Yep.
Because I don't know if I've said this before in this podcast where if we ever go back, I'm calling it.
Oh, it's
If that market
I don't
ever
think we
comes back,
can.
I'm
Yeah.
hanging up the houses.
Yeah, absolutely. It was not fun. And everyone's
No,
like, "Oh my god, you must be making so much money, like,
no.
things are selling like crazy." I'm like, "No, I'm showing people 50 houses. We're writing offers on 20 of them, and they may be lucky if they're getting one offer accepted throughout
And
there. And then we still have to go through the conditions, and then we have to get financing approved and
yeah.
ensure that it's gonna appraise for what it needs to appraise for." So, yeah,
And and
it
every
was a
time
lot.
we lose, I'm a therapist.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time
Yep.
we lose in multiple offers on Sunday night, because it's always fucking Sunday night, I'm on the phone being like, "It's okay, you're gonna get one." Like, and they're crying, being like, "I just lost like my eighth house. Like, I wanna like, how do I win this market?" And I'm just, oh, I hated that market. So,
Mhm.
okay, what part of 21 first? Like, when did you get a license? Because I'm
So I
curious
like
about the
back
story.
way up. So I'm a
Yeah.
Valley boy originally from Bridgetown.
Okay.
Um, and left to go to university in 2008, went to St. John's to go to Memorial. And I honestly said, fuck no, I'm never coming back to the Valley at that point.
Okay.
I didn't want to. It was sleepy. There was not much going on.
Yeah.
Fast forward 10 years later, things have changed. The wine industry has really changed the landscape here.
Yep.
There's more tourism. The agricultural is still very strong, but you're seeing a lot more small business. And the backbone of the province is kind of showing through in the valley. And the valley was growing. It was palpably growing at that time. So I graduated in 2017 because I did a lot more drinking than I did studying for a few years.
As we
Um,
all do.
as we
I'm
do.
a listen, man, I'm a 2-month university dropout at Dalhousie. I
Yeah.
played the soccer season, drank my face off, and
There you
called it.
go.
So,
Done.
like,
Yeah.
yay, preach. I didn't even finish. I
Yeah.
didn't go to one class. So, better than me.
Impressive. I got an 8 in calculus, which I don't know how I did because I actually went to class, but I got an 8 in calculus my first year. Which,
Anyway, okay, so you graduated
yeah.
2017 and you're thinking coming home because it's growing, it's booming.
Well, that's it. So I was working in the beer industry and I was working at a brewery over in Newfoundland and
Okay,
ended up moving to PEI for a year because we want to try something different. My
love
now
it.
wife, then partner at the time, wanted to be closer to
Yep.
family. But goddamn, did that $50 bridge toll get to me. Every time you need to leave the island, $50, $50, 4 hours to get home. So she ended up getting a job at Lightfoot and Wolfville for their second season.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, and I was part of the team that opened the Church Brewing Company.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so you're full on the service industry.
Oh, big time. Yeah, bars, restaurants, hospitality,
Okay.
management, and then helped open the restaurant there and then moved into the sales department, created it, helped grow that, build a platform
Wow.
for it. Then the pandemic hit,
Yep.
and a lot of people changed what they were looking at that time. It's getting
Yep.
married. We wanted to have kids soon, and the landscape for the beer world just kind of changed from being super fun all the time to like incredibly competitive. And
Oh, we were talking about this
oh
the other day. The amount of microbreweries that have just boomed since 2020, I'd say 2019, 2020. We know a few in Halifax, and my
yeah,
wife and I were driving somewhere the other day, and she said she named off two or three that we used to go to in like when we lived in Halifax in 2018, 19. She's like, "This is closing, this is
yep,
closing, this is closing, this is closing." I was like, "Yeah, there's too much of them. Like you can't
yep,
like we have a cost of living crisis,
yep,
and there's too many restaurants." So, there's
yep.
there's one way that goes. Anyway, so market shifting, you're at 2020 and you think houses.
Yeah, so you know Kane Smith. I know you had him on the show a while ago.
Yeah, I do. I do
Um,
love Kane.
yeah, Kane's my sponsor here at Exit, and
Oh, Kane
yeah,
got you into it.
he brought me into it, and he had been
So I
trying to
got.
get me into it for years,
So I have to blame
years.
Kane.
Yeah, exactly. It's all Kane's
Okay.
fault.
Oh, it's all
Yeah,
Kane. Let
yeah,
him know.
because he worked with my wife at Lightfoot, so that's how. So I knew him from
Oh,
there. Yeah,
okay. Oh, so Kane roped you into it.
Kane wrote me into it. He tried hard. I was his first sponsor too. I was the first one that he brought in.
Wow, what
Yeah,
a hit. Good for
yeah,
Kane.
yeah. I
He
know.
can spot talent.
Yeah. Well, I've got a business degree. I've worked
Okay.
in management. I've got a background with marketing, working in small business, and I like photography and videography.
Oh,
So he's like,
real estate.
why don't you just become a realtor? I was like, well, I'm not a 60-year-old woman at the end of my career. Why would I do that? And when King got into it was when things started to shift. That
Yeah.
mentality of what it was started to change. And I'd
Okay.
always really liked the path to entrepreneurship.
Yep.
And real estate seemed like one of the more direct paths to entrepreneurship. And honestly, one of the cheaper paths to
Yep.
entrepreneurship instead of starting
Yep.
something brick and mortar, a store, a service based company. So yeah, I got licensed in July of 2021. My first son was born 2 days after I passed my test. And
Wow.
then took the summer to enjoy being a first time dad,
Yep.
building the business, getting the back end stuff done, and then kind of
Yep.
the ground running in the fall.
Wow. So how many deals did you do your first year? Like July 21 to July 22.
I had 4 deals, and my business was in a pretty serious deficit that year.
Took me 18 months to do my first one. Don't even
Yeah,
worry about it.
yeah,
Took me some time, man. I did a year and floundered. Did
yeah,
nothing. Didn't know how to do it, where to go. Didn't have a sponsor at the time.
mm,
Didn't know how to meet didn't know what a mentor was, didn't know how to. Got lucky. I
yeah,
got lucky. I met someone that cared.
yeah,
That's the best way.
yeah,
So, okay,
totally.
you get through your first year, you're floundering, you got 4 deals, new kid,
Yeah,
so cost goes up.
yeah.
Are you still working full time?
So I had left the church brewing company in the fall of 2020
Okay.
and just kind of took some time to myself to figure out what I wanted to do. Hadn't bought the course yet for real estate. Started looking doing web development because I thoroughly enjoyed that kind of environment, what was going on there. But my God, is it hard to get a job when you don't have a portfolio and
Yep.
all that stuff? So I was doing interviews, slogging it out, and I just said, "Kane, you want to go at lunch? I'm done. Like, tell me about it." So in the interim between being at the church, I actually helped another local alcohol producer
Yep.
for a little bit of time. I was at Barreling Tide for a little bit and kind of
Okay.
helped
Yep.
them to build some back end stuff, some standard operating procedures, just to set up a sales department for them so
Yeah.
that knowing that I was taking my course, that I was going to be doing that and eventually transitioning out to full time real estate, just being there to be a resource for them. So
Right.
I was with them until about February of 22. And then
Okay.
I pulled the trigger and went full time real estate.
What changed? Because 4 deals is not a lot. You're not making a lot of money, especially like Valley prices aren't Halifax prices. So 4
Yeah.
deals ain't enough to keep the lights on. What made you you said February 2022.
Yeah.
So what made you go pull the plug? Because you weren't making a lot of money. Was it just what made how did you get to that decision of I'm going all in on this thing?
So I had pretty low expenses. My wife and I were doing property management at the time.
Okay.
So we got a pretty good deal on where we were at because we were doing property management for our landlord. So our expenses were pretty low. My wife was still on maternity at the time. And I just couldn't find the time to dedicate to the clients that I needed to. If you're a part time real estate agent, you're not going to give the service that the people need.
Yep.
So I wanted to not do a disservice to the people that I was working with at Barreling Tide and want to do a better service to my clients and just go all in. Had a good pipeline, had some leads, had some money in my pocket after doing a couple deals. And I just figured, if I'm going to go all in, I'm going to go all in. This is the time. So
Right.
just stepped back from what else I was doing and went full into it.
Went full into it. What was your sales your second year? So 22 to 23 when you go full time.
22 to 23, I did, I think 13 or 14 deals
So
that
you
full year.
quadrupled.
Yeah.
Okay. So what in your business changed that allowed you to reach those sales targets?
Bigger availability. I could take on
Okay.
more duty shifts as well. So anything that was coming into the brokerage, I was able to service them as they came in too. Because,
I always forget that the Valley has duty shifts. I always forget.
well, with us, so like I like the idea of a virtual brokerage.
Yep.
but the brick and mortar in this area
Yep.
has brought me a lot of deals
Yep. Oh yeah.
from people walking in off the street or calling
Yep.
in. So it made more sense to me to stay with something that was brick and
Oh.
mortar because I'd be doing duty shifts in
Uh,
New Minas, 2 shifts in Wolfville.
yeah.
You get people walking off the street saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm interested in the $600,000 house. We're here from
Yeah. The
Ontario. Our kid's
McKay
graduating."
McKay real estate, and though I that wall must capture
Oh yeah,
so many leads.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. 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 So
but I just
you're doing the desk shift, more
yeah,
time, more availability, just meeting people.
just doubling down. Trying to
Yeah.
build a sphere, get out there, knocking on doors, having
You
conversations with people, just
did Kane get you to
doing
door
stuff.
knock?
He strongly encouraged it. I knew that it
Yeah.
was something that I needed to do. I don't like it, to be fully honest with you.
I hated it.
As a
Yep.
father with a young child, I hate when people come and knock on my door and mess up
Yep.
my kid's nap. So I don't really do it anymore, which is why my other prospecting means work really well for what I'm doing now.
Yep.
But I just wanted to go all in. Kane was growing his business too, so he was able to feed me a fair bit of referral business
Oh,
during that
good.
year as
Okay.
well. So that was a big piece of it. He said, "You know what? If you're willing to go all in, man, like I've got business for you that I can't service.
Right.
So years 2 and 3, I'm down in Yarmouth. I'm in Tatamagouche. You're running the road. You're putting in the
Yep.
miles, and you're doing the time that Kane didn't want to do
Yep.
because I'm driving 3 hours one way, 3 hours another way sometimes.
A
But it
lot of
worked out.
podcasting.
Yeah. Well, that's where I learned, right? So
Yeah.
I had those opportunities to be at school in the car when I'm listening to other people and what they're doing and paying attention to what they're doing and bringing those things into my business
Right.
progressively as well.
Right. Okay, so the second year's a big hit. Now you're rolling, you feel like a realtor, you got some confidence going on. You go into that was 22, 23, or 23, 24. What's the next growth look like for you? What's the next step in your real estate journey?
Focusing on listings, trying to,
Okay.
to create systems, tighten up my processes, get more in front of people, do more video on social media,
Yep.
and more referral business as well was a big part of what I was doing. So, uh, military moves started to really incorporate that because after 2 years, you can get registered for BGRS.
Yep.
So, was calling other exit brokerages all across the country that are close to our military bases.
Oh, good
Get
for you.
Yeah, getting
Smart.
business from that, offering out extra referral percentages on that
Yep.
first deal. Just really putting myself out there and having the conversations on a day-to-day basis. And I also started to spend money on my marketing. So
Okay.
investing in myself.
What type of marketing were you spending money on? Because I know Kane said he loves his mail outs, which
I do
like
a lot of postcard marketing now.
okay.
Um, at that time, it was more like just buying a lot of collateral, also investing in equipment for videography and that kind of
Yep.
stuff there as well. Upgrading computers, things that
Yep.
once you're in it a little bit and you need to have better equipment and better resources, you have the time and the money now to get those
Yep.
things. Um, and really just figuring out what social media look like, maybe doing some Google ads, some Facebook ads, just actually putting money into the business and not being afraid to spend it. Because when it's
Yeah.
tight, it is scary to spend that money.
Having a sales funk
Mm,
can be the longest days of your life.
absolutely. The real estate roller coaster. It exists for a reason. You
Yeah.
do well and then you stop prospecting and then you go back down. And then three
Oh,
months later, your efforts come back and then they go back
yeah.
down. So that's a
Yeah.
struggle that all agents face. And I'm
Every agent.
still working at
Every
it.
agent.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I could tell stories about my career and the
Yeah.
sales bugs have been just been oh. So, okay, I'm fascinated here because now we're gonna catch up to today because I wanna talk about this post that I saw of yours, and I don't you had a post in January, I think, about you I looked like you wrote it out, I think,
Yep.
on a card of, you wanna help 50 families this year buy and sell real estate. So, if that's a that in real estate terms, like, that's actually a really big goal. Like, statistically, like, I don't know if you know this, like, the average agent in Halifax does 4 to 6 transactions a year.
Yep.
I think it's, like, 84% of agents in Nova Scotia are part-time.
Yep.
There is a small number of realtors that are actually full-time operators, they run full-time
Yep.
businesses. Um, and so for people that don't I'm giving this back for people that are listening, like, to understand, like, 50 transactions is a lot of agents think 10 is, like, a big milestone or 15 is, like, a big milestone, like, 50 is, like, a huge number to go to. So before I get into this number, what's the most sales you've done so far in a year in your career?
I did 37 deals last year.
Okay, you did 37 deals last year, so
Yeah.
you're trying to go up by 13 transactions.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to go from 37 to 50. What have because you sound meeting you for the first time on this podcast, so don't so take this as a compliment. You sound very knowledgeable. You have a good business background. You sound like you know what the fuck you're doing, which if you
Thank you.
talk to enough realtors, it's disheartening.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Like,
So
I put
yeah,
out this facade of hilariousness on the internet,
yeah,
but, like, internally here at Exit, I onboard every new agent that comes on to make sure that they understand the tech that we have that's
yep,
available to them. Um, I do monthly trading
yep,
for the brokerage for the agents to take a piece of my business that's been working and share it with them and teach them and help them to be able to grow their businesses. So I'm really big in helping, teaching, mentoring, but like I am a sponge for information and I always have been. And I retain shit like it's stupid. Like come to trivia with me someday and see how much random knowledge I just have in my head. It's preposterous how
okay.
many things just like lock in there. Um, like deals are not the hardest part of real estate.
No, it's leads. It's prospecting.
Not failing in business and being there
Yeah,
next year is the hardest
yeah,
part in real estate.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. I love that background. So
Yeah.
now, because now I'm curious. You've gone from three. You want to go from 37 to 50.
Yep.
I'm assuming you're starting at the year with a really good pipeline and funnel. You must be if you're going for 50. Um, what are you doing in your business today that's going to help you reach that milestone by December 31st, 2026?
Hiring them in.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Game changer.
Yeah. Yeah. Hiring them in. Last year, I think 6 or 7 of my deals came directly from social media.
6 or 7 directly.
Directly,
Okay.
listings and people doing a buy sell
Okay.
directly from social media saying, "Hey, I like what you're doing. I'm looking to sell in X amount of time. We have a chat." And
Okay.
it, uh, it was
That
kind of
must
that
feel
catalyst.
good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The best compliment that I've gotten. I sold a house in Halifax earlier this year down on
Yep.
Brunswick Street in the,
Oh, downtown,
yeah,
downtown.
man. Yeah, the 12 Apostles. You familiar with
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
brick
yeah,
row house?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised South End.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had someone reach out to me, Facebook Messenger, saying, I've been thinking about selling this house for a long time. And every agent that I talk to is just like glitz and glamour, luxury. Oh, we're going to stage this 100-year-old little 800 square foot end townhouse with all these beautiful things. And she saw what I did, saw there was no frills. And it was actually that outward perception that was like, you know what? I want to work with him and I want him to sell my house because I don't think that he's going to try and bullshit me and try and tell me that, oh, it needs to be about luxury. It needs to be about this, about that. No, it's about the client, solid marketing, solid
Yep.
pricing, and preparation. At the end of the
That's
day,
it.
that's all it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Every I've only started this recently where like when it comes to listings, I tried this last year with a client and it actually worked really well where we were talking about how to promote the house.
Mm,
And it was just a simple, cute single family home in Dartmouth. And he's been it was from a referral source who's like you have your biggest advocators, like he might be my biggest fan. So
mm,
he gave me the referral. And it's his girlfriend. So he's talking to me about the marketing, what we're gonna do about it. And remember I said he's seen all my listing content and likes the videos and stuff. And I'd sold 1 or 2 of his houses before, so he's used to the process.
mhm.
And he said, "What are you doing for video content?" And I said, I'm gonna try something different. I don't wanna do the standard like this is Jason Paul, the 3 2 bed, da 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 da. I'm gonna try something different. Okay, I'm just give me the day, I'll flip it to you. And what I did was we did a voiceover.
Nice.
We did slow be real, like
Yep.
pans of the rooms, piano backdrop with a voiceover of like it was I went along the lines of like, can you like game night with the family in the living room?
Mm,
It
mhm.
was like trying to describe like what the house could
Emotional.
be.
Yeah.
I went really emotional into
Yeah.
like this is a grand master bedroom where like you can snuggle in with a good book because you
Yep.
have skylights that gives you great lighting. Like we really tried to sell what the house could be
Mm,
without selling something that wasn't true about the house,
right.
which you do get a lot of in real estate. So like the fact that like and it worked. I loved what came out, and the clients were really happy about it. But it felt like authentic marketing. It
Mm,
felt real and
nice.
honest. Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Um, but to see yours resonate and connect from a cold person who's like, "I just want this guy because he's no bullshit." And in Halifax, the most agents in this province, like,
Mm.
we see bullshit every day.
Oh yeah, lots of it there. Yeah, absolutely. Tons of bullshit, but
So,
you got to wade
6
through it.
or yeah. So 6 or 7 leads directly from social media.
Yep.
I'm very curious about this question then. Um, if you did 37 deals last year, you clearly know where your business comes from. Where was your most generated business from? Friends and family?
Last year,
Yeah.
um, a lot of it, I had a lot of return business being in my fifth year.
Yep.
So a lot of it was just SOI. So SOI,
Yep. Sphere of
um,
influence.
some referral business, and then social media. So if somebody already knows me and then they see social media, it's
Yep.
almost like a reinforcement of what I'm
It's
doing.
a it's an extra touch.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
staying top of mind. You're telling
Yeah.
them, "Hey, I still do this. I'm still awesome. This is great content." And it's when you pair that with great content,
Yeah.
it only reinforces more that you're a good realtor and they're gonna work with you.
I do a lot of
So,
farming and stuff too. Like I live in
yeah.
New Minas, so I farm New Minas pretty heavily.
Yep.
Pretty regular postcard campaigns. I live here, so I see that other people aren't. It was a
Yep.
huge opportunity to do that. So I got 3 listings from that last year as well
Okay.
in the area. And once you get to that point where you're so late into your business, like you said, you're getting more referrals from your sphere of influence. You're getting repeat business. I have people that are buying one and selling two. They've got a house and a piece of land to
Yep.
sell and they want to buy a new house. So that's 3 deals right there.
Yep.
Um, so a lot of it was that. But this year, I really want to double down. One of the things that I had on my goals for this year was grow referrals by 20%. And social media followers was another thing, and professional accreditations. But the 50 deals is big. And even in the last 2 months, I've gotten 3 solid leads from agents in other provinces now referring me business through social media.
Okay. So what do you because it does sound like you're leaning all the way into social. Like
I'm
you
putting a lot of
really
effort into it for sure. I'm still
right.
doing some standard stuff, but now that I have the admin's taking care of the other things for me,
Well, yeah.
and I'm kind of
Yeah,
just
yeah.
focusing on the social aspect of it.
Okay, so you are doubling down on social media because you've
Big
managed
time.
to find your stride.
Yeah, totally. I've
Right.
got I've got 8,400 followers on Facebook. Yeah, yeah.
But I just feel like I'm clapping you all day. Okay. So, because here's my question then. If you want to increase referrals by 20%, you said. So when you say referrals from friends and family, Sphere of I, referrals from other brokerages across the country? Like what when you say because referral is such a
Oh,
broad thing.
totally. Yeah.
So where you narrowing down referrals from? If you have a
Most
focus.
yeah, mostly sphere of influence is
Okay.
what I wanna grow from, friends, family, past clients, people that I worked with.
Yep.
That's where I really wanna see that because that's what I wanna focus on outside of the social media is taking care of the people around me. Um,
Right.
for example, this weekend, I'm doing a repeat client event where I rent out the Alwood Theater and I show a family movie and I invite all my past clients that have kids that might want to come to it. And then I open it up to the area as well. So once the preferred clients have come in and they've gotten the tickets there for it, I just put it up there and I say, hey, I've got this. We got
That's
75
awesome.
seats. Come on by. We're showing Finding Nemo this weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's such a great idea. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you want to build your referrals from your friends and family. Which is like it's funny when you talk about lead generation with realtors. Like very rarely do you hear people talk about repeat business from
Hmm.
friends and family. Or
Totally.
I also find past clients is like no one ever talks about repeat business from past clients,
Yeah. A client's going to become a friend a lot quicker than a friend's going to become a client.
right? Right.
Yeah.
So what do you okay? 50 deals, we're going for 20% referrals. You're contacted when you talk about agents from other provinces referring you. Are these people just cold people from social media being like, this guy's awesome. They're going to Greenwood. I got their guy. That's it.
Totally. Yeah. I just reached out to a guy this morning because I hadn't asked him. And we just firmed up on a deal earlier this week that he sent me. And I said, just out of curiosity, how'd you come across my name? And he said, well, I searched on social media, the Annapolis Valley. You were in the top hits that came out. And then I looked at your content. You're obviously really working on your presence on social media. I liked what you're doing. Thought you'd be a good fit for these clients. So I sent them your way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got the admin taking care of all the bullshit that we don't wanna do.
Yep.
It's we all know those. You're going for referrals, more from sphere of I, more from friends and family, social media. I'm very curious as to what is your plan this year for social media to try and grow this to 50 people?
Yeah, so I do really wanna get back into YouTube and
'Kay.
do some medium form content on there. I've also got a lot of goals to do a lot of local content, hyper local content, focusing on the towns in the Annapolis Valley, giving tours for them, kinda showing what the difference is between each of them, because that's evergreen content. That'll stay
Yep.
on there and, if someone's like, "Hey, I'm interested in Berwick," for example, I'm, "Oh, here you go. Here's the video. Here's Berwick.
Right.
Check it out. Here's what we do
Right,
in
right, right.
Berwick. Here's what it looks like." Um, but I'm also using social media as a vessel for good too. So next week for month of March, I've actually teamed up with my old employer, the Church Brewing Company,
Yep.
and we brewed a beer together that's going to be a Cheers for Charity collaboration that we're going to have on in the
Oh,
tap room. And every pint that gets sold, we're going to donate $1 back to Open Arms.
good for you.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's a really it's funny hearing the words, "I'm gonna use social media for good." You know,
yeah,
you don't hear that sentence
yeah.
much.
Yeah,
So you're
not that I'm using it
doing
for bad, but we're
y
gonna
y
use it for to help, more than just to sell, right? At the end of the day. So
right.
I'm doing a whole, um, blitz with that. We're gonna have a weekly video check-in, things of that nature with it as well. So it'll be good. And I'm gonna use my format for the first video for the intro for the beer.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna use your, "This is a beer."
I mean, we haven't even talked about it, but the thing that keeps people coming back is the fact that I keep putting my microphone on a different kitchen utensil or tool or something every time, and I'll be looking in the comments, and it'll be like, "Oh, do you have a spatula there, sir?" And then somebody like, "Holy shit, I didn't even see that," and I watched it 3 more times to find it. So that kind of stuff, stopping the scroll, having Easter eggs hidden within it, that's
Yeah.
what gets people coming back and watching it again and again and again.
Oh, yeah, okay, I've never even picked up on those small details,
Yeah,
but the audience seems to be gravitating towards it.
yeah, totally.
Oh, man. I got it. I'm very impressed, honestly. Their content is wow.
Thank you.
We, for seeing how many people try and crack that game,
Mm.
I mean, I'm happy to see and hear someone just be themselves and have some fun with it because you can get into social media is you can get into a spiral, I guess,
Oh,
of
big
just
time.
yeah, of
Yeah.
current trends and everything going on, and
Yeah.
good
Consistency
for
though.
you.
I tell most
Yeah,
people that'll ask me, but like, "How did you do it?" I'm like, "Well, I was consistent with it. I didn't give up, and I'm not afraid of putting myself out there. And if you're gonna be out on social, you gotta not care what you sound like." I look like this every day. I wake up and this is what I look like. Who cares what it looks like when I film me? This is me. So
yeah.
being authentic and consistent with it for anyone, find what you're comfortable doing and double down on it. Like just keep going. If you stop doing it, you're never gonna see the results. It's like farming for real estate agents. If you're farming and you do a postcard campaign once and you don't do anything else,
No,
you're not gonna
you'll
you'll
never
never
yeah,
see
no,
anything from it. On
yeah,
average, people need to see your marketing at least 8 times before they're gonna call you.
right,
So
right.
if they go see it once, ooh, big whoop. You sent me a postcard.
How much do you post now? Like, how much content are you creating? Like, what's your goal for content per week look like?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different trains of thought with what's the right way to go, what's the best, what's too much, what's too little. I'm not posting every day, and if I do, it's only to stories, so something that goes away in 24 hours. My
Yep,
goal is to do 3 posts a week,
yep,
2 videos, and then 1 static post where it's a carousel or something along
yep,
those lines. Um, my men now, we're working towards getting them more involved within the social media stuff, just because we've been training, getting up on running, working on some
yep,
other background marketing campaigns, tightening up my database
yep.
and my CRM, which has been very important to get that nice and tight. Now it
Yes,
is. Now we're working at okay, what's the outward stuff that we're doing? So
right.
you know, just just 3 times a week is all I want to do.
3 times a week.
One
That is
educational
so
post,
doable. Yep,
one like so we'll do an education post. We'll do maybe a news story where it's
that
just a green screen and I'm talking about something that's happened in the area, or
yep.
might even not be real estate related. It could just be a hyper local thing
It
that's
doesn't
happening as
always
well.
have to be about houses, guys.
No, it
Can we just
doesn't.
take a
It does
minute?
not. Yeah.
I say that, and, I decided this year I was gonna really do social, and we'll
Yeah.
see. Um, I'll see I'm gonna try for the year. I'm gonna try
Yeah,
and finish out the year with being consistent on social, having a presence, and I've got oh my god, I think we're doing like 4 pieces of content a day right now.
nice.
It's only because it's podcast stuff. Like
Yeah,
I think each podcast episode gets like 5 pieces,
yeah,
but you want them to all go out around the same time as
sure.
the episode releases to try and bundle that together. And like we've got our first 4 episodes coming out of the year this weekend.
Mhm.
So it's like 20 pieces of content. And
Yeah.
my wife, who is also a realtor, is like, they're gonna hate you. Like you can't hit people with this much real estate. And I'm like, fuck it. It's
The
let's just
algorithm's gonna pick it up how it wants to pick it up. It's gonna
you
put
know
in front
what
of them how
I
they want to put in
mean?
front of them. Not on you. It's only spamming if the algorithm makes it spamming.
Right? I was like, it's good content. I've curated, I talked about it, I'm happy with it. I looked at it,
Exactly.
I reviewed it, and well, but I mean, I've been trying to crack this. My biggest hurdle has been inconsistency.
Mm,
That's always been my problem.
yep.
I'm great at being on the wagon, and I'm great at being off the wagon,
Yeah.
so to
It's tough,
speak.
man. It's tough. Yeah.
Right.
And when it comes to high listing season, what are those placeholders I'll have for a listing video? Um,
Yes.
but it's hard, especially if you're doing video, you're editing it, you're putting it together, you're making sure
Oh,
that your
yeah.
lighting's good, you're doing color correction, you're doing all those things, and it's a
Oh,
lot of work.
do you edit your own content?
Everything. Yep.
Good for you. Oh
Yep.
my god, you are full in.
Yep. It's me.
'Cause
It's all me, man.
it's hard, man. Okay, I wanna bring it back because 'cause I'm actually really curious about this. Where are you at this year so far in sales? How close are we to 50? It's early and it's dead because we've been getting pummeled with snow. I
Yep.
understand. I understand that spring is gonna rip for
Yep.
everyone because we have 8 pre-approved buyers that just no houses to show, 10 pocket listings that we just like everyone like no one's ready to work yet or do the stuff that we need to get the listings ready because they're all like, I'm not doing anything till the spring and
Yep.
it's not thawed yet. So how does your pipeline look to set you up for that 50 goal?
Yeah. I got one closed, two firmed, two conditional. I onboarded. My goal is to onboard 10 buyers this quarter. I've already
Okay,
reached that. Some of them are the ones that are firmed and
awesome.
conditional,
Yep.
and 4 listing leads that are like legit. We're going to list in the next few months, and then a couple that I'm working with
Okay.
for later in the year there as well.
Okay. So strong pipeline.
Strong
Strong.
pipeline and only getting stronger, which is great to see every day.
Okay. How does your day look? Like what? How does your average real estate? Because this is never good. I'm doing this for the audience because I know we have a lot of realtors that listen
Yeah,
to this. 50 is a big goal. I'm gonna keep saying it. 50
totally.
is a like I like kudos to you for even writing that down and being um for writing it down and having the confidence to go out and do it. Because a lot of people would take that goal at 50 and they would be okay with 30. You know what I
Right.
mean? So anyway, how does your day look? Is it structured? Do you time manage well? How do you make sure you stay on track for this really big target?
It is hard. I've got 2 kids, 2 boys, 2 and 4.
Oh
So,
God.
yeah, the
Yep.
vast majority of my workday happens before noon.
Yep.
Um, so get up at 5 a.m., go to the gym first thing.
Good for you.
Yeah,
I'm a
go
5 a.m. guy too.
yeah, go to
Yeah.
the gym first thing. Get the kids
What
off to
gym?
school. Yeah, go
You're
to
in E minus.
Motive in E minus behind the
Okay.
theater. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
the only one. Um, I went to Title for a while as well in Wolfville, but just
Everyone has gone to
yeah,
title.
I still do. It's just
Yeah.
hard with the schedule.
Yep.
So it's I live in E minus, about 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. The time is very valuable for me. So
Listen, I've got a daughter that's almost 2.
yeah,
I work out at home.
yeah,
I don't even travel because I'm like, I don't wanna do the 15 minutes there, the 15
yeah,
minutes back. That's half an hour.
yeah,
I got change, shower. That's 20 minutes. I've lost an hour. I get it. Okay, so you're
yeah.
up at 5, you're going to the gym first thing in the morning. Great.
First thing in the morning, kids to school, daycare, cleaned up, try to be in the office by 8:30 most days.
Do you
Monday
go to the physical office?
oh, yeah, I'm there right now. Yeah.
Okay, in Wolfville?
Yep. No, in the
Okay.
minus. I'm in the minus
Okay.
office.
New
Yeah.
Minus office. Okay. Get to the
Yeah.
office by 8:30. Yep.
Yeah, got my own space here, so I'm usually in before anybody else is here. Um, try to film on Mondays. I'll get in 8:30 and do 2 videos for the week.
Okay.
So I'll film them
Cool.
before anybody else is in the office.
Yep.
Then I've got that content recorded. I just need to edit it now and get it posted. Um,
Yep.
then usually prospect for about half an hour. Right after
What's
that,
your what's your prospecting look like?
depends on the week, depends what I've going on, and depends what I've had for inbound. the last little
Okay.
bit. I use Follow Up Boss for my CRM, so I live and breathe by what it tells me to do. If I'm
Yep.
supposed to follow up and call somebody 2 weeks and it's that 2 week day, I'm going to do it. And it's great because you just put them in, set reminders, and
It
then
does the job.
it tells you who to
Yep.
call, tells you what to do. So calls, texts, check in with past clients, working at equity reports for people as well. Sometimes
Yep.
it's social media communication where I get DMs and I'm just talking to people too.
I just I want to be I love this recent shift in real estate because it was called a market analysis for like my entire career. And
Unprompted,
I
it's an equity analysis. You call
right,
me in, it's a market
right,
analysis if we're going to sell.
right. I think like I heard equity analysis last year, I think from a realtor in Halifax on a social post, and I was like, huh, that's a great way to that's so much better than market analysis. Equity reports are just
Hmm.
yeah. Okay. Anyway, so you're doing your equity reports. What else are you doing?
So doing the calls, doing social media, working
Yep.
Nick videos, following up with cold leads, dead leads that aren't there anymore that I haven't heard from
Yep.
in a while, tidying up the database as well each day and making sure that I'm contacting people in the SOI
Yep.
because um, something that really resonated with me when I was at the Church Brewing Company, the owner of the Annapolis Cider Co., Sean Miles, he now owns the cheese company. He said, you'll always see him out walking around in Wolfville. And his philosophy was, well, if you're not out walking around and the old ladies don't see you, they're going to think you're dead. So if you're not out talking to people, they don't see you within town, no one's going to know you exist. And that always stuck with me that you have to
Yeah.
get out in front of people to be known. You have to talk to people. You have to not be scared to pick up the phone and call people because
Right.
so many agents are scared of that. Like I've done cold calls when I was in the beer world. They suck. Trying to talk to a restaurant manager during a busy shift, and that's when you got to
Yeah.
call people. It's not fun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
calling people person to person, like this isn't a business to business job. This is a person to person job.
This is person to person. I agree. I
You said it
completely agree.
earlier. We're therapists. Like I
Yep.
have that legitimately on the first page of my website that says my job title may be realtor, but I'm more of a therapist because it's my job. Put your mind at ease at the end of the day and make sure that you're
Yep.
comfortable with everything. So,
Yes.
I'd like for that prospecting hour, 30 minutes or hour, whatever it is, it's all the classics. I'm following up, I'm reaching out to people that I had before, checking in on dead leads, and sometimes just planning what social is going to be for the week. Because for
Right.
me, social is automatic prospecting that I put out there and it prospects for me
And
at the end of
and
the
it
day.
lives,
Yeah,
right? It breathes. Like it's not like when you talk about doing 30 minutes of lead generation and prospecting, like that's you on the phone, dialing, no one picking up, and sometimes getting a phone call might be your first dial. That phone calls with a past client you haven't talked to in a while, and you're catching up, and it's a 30-minute conversation. And
yep,
it takes up your whole prospecting time, and you're not calling anyone else because you got to get on to the next task because the
exactly.
next task has to be done. With social media, it lives forever, it resonates, they can find it on its own. Like, that's 24 hours and it lives and breathes on its own. Like, that's the power of that content and having that in your catalog, and especially at the scale that you do, is the fact that, like, you don't even like, it's good on you that you still make the phone calls because a lot of agents would just go all in on social, but the fact that you still pair everything, like, you're doing the hard yards, which will
Yeah.
always give us sales at the end of our day is the hard yards, but the sprinkle of 24-hour content being able to live and breathe and stand on its own is also a really big thing for your business. So, okay, I want to get back to on task here though. So you're doing your prospecting, you're doing your follow-up boss. What time of day do we get to now? We at like you'll right to noon? Like is it 3 hours of prospecting or just a half an hour? Like how does the rest of that morning look for you?
Just a half an hour because now that I have the admin, we're working at a weekly call where we're sitting down for an hour and we're going over what activities she's going to be helping me with prospecting for the week. So
Okay.
whether that be email marketing that's happening, postcard marketing that's happening. So not direct touch points where I'm talking to somebody, but planning all the future activities and getting those done so that we can get those inbound leads coming to us because sphere of influence is great, but you only have so many people you can call at the end of the day and so many people you
Yep.
can talk with. So getting more things coming to me is the goal because I would love to not have to reach out and do all those calls because they're time consuming and they're difficult and they do
Yep.
come with a lot of rejection, even from past clients. You'll
Oh
get,
my
why are you calling me? Like, what do you want? You already sold me a house. That's great.
have
I
you
just want to help.
have you ever I've noticed in your content that you have someone new in the videos. I'm guessing that's a new your sponsor. You sponsored them,
Yeah.
brought them in. Okay, great. So you've had the conversation about someone coming into real estate who's never been a realtor. Okay,
Yeah.
I've never convinced anyone to do this job. Ever in my life, and I always because this will I will get there, because I always say, "How well do you like rejection?"
Oh, I
And
hate
they're
it.
like, "Well, I hate it." I go, "Okay, I just real estate, it's,
Mostly rejection.
it's rejection.
Yeah.
If you can't handle rejection, if you can't get up in the morning, like I now I once got rejected so hard. I did door knocking. If you listen
Hmm.
to the Caned episode, you might have heard me say this already. I was doing door knocking my first year to try and meet people in South and Halifax, the richest fucking
Yeah.
market there possibly is, and everyone has a realtor. His name is David Dunn or Sandra Bryan,
Yeah. Because he lives there.
because he lives there.
Yeah.
Um, and had a guy. I knocked on this door, and he opened the door. And he just goes, "Get the fuck off my porch."
Okay.
Just like nothing. Like, no
Yeah.
got off the porch, got off the porch. I went back my next quarter because I had a set of 1,000 doors I knocked, and I did about 30 to 50 a day depending on the weather.
Yep.
So my
Good
route,
for
his
you,
house
man.
was house route was back up. So I went back and knocked on it, and, he invited me in for a coffee.
Nice.
He had no recollection of who I was. Not he not like
Yeah.
nothing like, it just you caught someone on the
Wrong time.
bad day. It's
Yeah.
wrong place, wrong time. Probably woke his kid up from a nap.
Or interrupted him midday, or he's about to shower, or he's on the way
You
out.
know
Like,
what
there's
I
so many
mean?
things. Yeah.
The rejection's never personal,
No, never.
but you have to face it,
Yep.
and that's, like, the hardest thing that we as
Oh,
realtors,
yeah.
like, that is the and, like, that's where I always tell people, like, if you can't if you can't phone call and take a no, like, this probably isn't for you. Because I just try and
Yeah.
warn people, like, it's a hard industry, but despite what you may think, everyone wants leads, like, you're trying to get to 50.
Yep.
My goal for my team, and it's my wife and I, our goal this year is 60.
Yep.
Like, we're real like and we both live in Wolfville, we
Yep.
both live in the valley, there's only so many deals. I operate in Halifax mostly, but, like, still everyone like, it's not like there's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 leads that are all
No.
going to transact.
Yeah.
It's like a couple thousand. And
Exactly.
out of that, you have every big agent, and we all know them. You know,
Yep.
your Jonathan Benedict's, your David Dunn's, your Sandra Bryan's, Andrew Stevens,
Yep.
even. Like, there are big agents in our industry who do operate all outside Halifax.
Yep.
So you're always, and it's just trying to find where you live and how much value you can provide
Well, that's
in
it.
this industry that we're in,
Yeah. I
right?
mean, something that a lot of agents don't do in terms of rejection, they don't practice scripts. They don't have the words locked and loaded. So they get caught off
Right.
guard and then they're stumbling, and you can see in their face that they're getting frustrated and, okay, sorry, like, have a good day. Bye. Like, you got to learn to work with rejection. Rejection is going to be part of the job forever, whether it be from leads or other avenues.
Yeah.
I learned to deal with rejection very well in 2021, as that was mostly what I saw in all of the offers that I was putting forward.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
got pretty good at dealing with the rejected offers at that point.
Yeah.
And then practicing scripts just so that I was ready with those words and knew how to deal with those objections as they came up, whether it be somebody at the door that didn't want to chat, or I'm on a call with somebody. Words play a way bigger role in being a realtor than a lot of people realize.
Oh my, it's the thing. I I've always been a people person.
Mhm.
I've always done really well. Like, I was a server before
Yep.
this, like you. And I the biggest thing I find people big one of the biggest mistakes I find people make, just in general in life, is they never listen to what someone has said to them,
Mhm.
and they don't take it in.
Mhm.
And I find it, and I remember, my wife is new at real estate,
Mhm.
and trying to teach her not scripting per se, but the art of asking a great question.
Totally. And listening.
It's
Step back.
it listen, that's it.
Listen.
Shut up.
They're gonna talk.
Just
You let them talk, they're gonna talk. You give them the space, they're gonna keep talking. They're gonna let you know what you
right.
need to know.
Right. But and like someone we repurposed our listing presentation recently. And I was talking to Andrew Hutchison at Indie Mortgage, Matt Legato's business partner.
Mhm,
And we were talking about our package and how we go through our listing consults. And he's like, how do you sell like what you do? And I said, I don't sell it. I just ask them what they need.
mhm,
And then I tailor the package to what they need.
mhm.
And somehow it always seems like I'm the answer to their problems. Oh, wait, it's because I asked what their problems were.
You found their pain points.
But you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah,
figure out, like,
absolutely.
why oh, "Hey, what's your problem?" "Oh, I really need to get out of this house." "Why?" "Oh, well, I got posted to Greenwood." "Oh, okay. Well, if I sent you houses in Greenwood and got you pre-approved and got you a realtor to sell your house in Armocto, New Brunswick,
Yeah,
would that all make sense to you?" "Yeah, that would make sense."
yeah,
"Oh, okay. Well, we can start today."
yeah.
"Oh, great." Like, if you could just figure out what someone's pain points are, what like I don't think I've talked a lot on your interview.
It's okay, man.
I don't think we as realtors the best way I describe my career now is, I know that the title is realtor, like, we buy and sell houses, like, I get that.
Mm,
I actually now tell people that, my job is to curate your real estate experience to
mhm,
be the smoothest thing of your life.
mm.
That's my job.
Totally. Yeah, and with what I do too, like on my Instagram handle, I don't have
Yeah.
real estate agent. What did I have it as? I had it as think it's real estate problem solver. Yeah, real estate
Oh,
problem
yeah.
solver. Because that's what we do. We put out fires. We
Yeah.
help people through their problems. We help them work through all of the issues that they have with buying and selling and help them to be reassured throughout the whole process.
Yep.
So for me, like the prompting questions are super huge when I'm in front of somebody. But
Of
I'll use a
course.
lot of terms like a lot of people that I work with are really happy when they get set up on a search that sends them automated properties as they come on the market. Would you be offended if I set you up on something like that? And who's going to say, yeah, that's super offensive. Don't do that.
Imagine.
So you use words that you have a pretty good idea that what someone's going to say back to you is, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be offended by that. So
Right.
having a soft tone to a hard question that's kind of closed to an extent and not really open,
Right.
you kind of know what the answer is going to be a lot of the time anyway with that
Right.
kind of stuff.
It's not, "Can I send you properties to view?"
Exactly.
No, no.
Yeah. A lot of people
Ha
find value and benefit in this. Would you be
Yeah.
pissed if I sent you these? Oh God, no. That'd be great.
You say you wanna buy a house, would you be offended if I sent you
Yeah,
houses to go
yeah.
buy?
If we went and
Like
looked at houses, would that be a problem? No, no, it'd be fine. And coming back to what you're talking about too with the listing package and how you changed
Yeah.
it, something in my business background that not a lot of people understand is value proposition. And what is value proposition? And,
Yes.
I tell all of the new agents as they come in, build a fucking business plan. Sit down, print one off, have a template. Don't care what it is. Doesn't have to be lead based. Know your business, know what it is, know how it runs. You're the CEO, you're the marketing department, but at the same time, you are the sales force as well. So if you don't have a tight business in the back end, you're not going to be able to tight business in the fore end. You're always going to be
Right.
scrambling to do everything in the background if you don't know what they are. You don't have those procedures. And if somebody asks you, why should I work with you versus somebody else? And you don't know that answer, you're fucked. That's it.
I, uh, I got one last little thing. Back when I was, door knocking in South End, I had a lady, and I'll never forget this. I was door knocking, this lady opened the door. "Hi, I'm Jason Palmer, realtor. I'm going door to door offering market analysis." And she said it so bluntly. She just goes, I'm Sandra Pike. I love Sandra Pike. She's my realtor. Why should I work with you instead of Sandra Pike?"
Mm,
And the most cliche, you don't have an answer ready. I work hard. I'm honest. You start listing off all the verbs of
hmm
like
hmm
being great
Buzzwords.
and
Yeah.
buzzwords.
Yeah.
And I never get, she looked at me and she goes, "Can you say something honest?" That was honest. She goes, "You told me nothing.
Yeah.
You told me nothing. Everyone works hard. If I called every realtor in the city and was
They're gonna
like,
say
"Can
they
you
work
list my
hard.
house?" They all say they're gonna work hard. They're all
Yeah.
gonna say they're honest. They're all gonna say da 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 da. And like she did it, and like I'll give her a lot of credit. She was actually constructive with it. She was like, I'm in sales.
Mm,
So like just think about this the next time you open your mouth because you
mhm,
don't have an answer because I'm not gonna work with you because you've not giving me any value. When I
Mhm.
already like, she's like, "I already have a realtor, like, she's great, I'm not working with Sandra, but you've offered nothing." And I was like I went home being like, "I offered nothing."
She hit you with a pattern interruption instead of you interrupting her pattern, which just throws you off the game.
Oh, she killed me.
Yeah,
But, like, I'll never forget that because like, then now value proposition. Now I know how to have a
yeah,
value proposition to give someone value and help them solve their problems, which is all we really do.
totally. And like, I'll let everybody peek behind the curtain a little bit. Like, I'm happy to share probably 90 to 95% of what I'm doing in my business because,
Yeah.
like we said, someone still has to go out and do it. Like my
Right,
videos, I'd be happy to show anyone how to do them. You still got to go do it. And it's on you
right.
to do that. I'm not going to do it for you.
I
So, no,
I I was just gonna say, like, if we're going back to your video, which how we started this podcast, like, the one thing that, like, I don't think anyone will understand, as someone who's created content and, like, done the cuts
mhm,
into videos to make it work, um, that video that you do of your listings, that is probably, like, a day and a half's work minimum. A day and because you have to probably research like, you get the listing address, you look at you're from the valley, so you know the area as well, but
yeah,
you still have to make sure you get all the coffee shops, the
yeah,
amenities, the restaurants, plan the shootout, like, first when you go to the house, do the intro of, "Here's a house,"
yeah.
and then you have to drive
Oh, it takes a
to
long time.
each location,
Yeah.
shoot a 3-second shot, like, it's
Have
not a
everybody
long
looking at me driving by, be
and
like, "What's this guy up to?"
everybody looking at you in public because you've got the tripod or you
Mhm.
got your new rookie with the
Yeah. No,
camera.
I got a tripod, and
Yeah,
he's only with me because we had a couple co-listings. So we're
yeah,
still, like,
yeah,
on our own, but we had some
right,
co-listings to figure out how to get him in there. But yeah, it's
right.
I mean,
Yeah, so you've got probably, like, 3-second clip for a what, a minute video? You're at
under. I usually try to stick to 45 seconds if I can.
okay. But even at that point, 3-second clips, you're at probably thir 20, 30 clips.
More,
That then you
sometimes up to
have to
60.
right, so 60 clips. You then have to go home and you're the editor.
Mhm.
Then you're cutting the clip, adding background video, lighting and editing
Yep.
to then get like what like you know why you can do your content because one it's executed really well at a really high level, it's captivating an audience. The other thing is it's a pain in the ass to do.
Yeah. No one else wants to do it. That's why I haven't even looked to outsource it because I'm happy with how I've locked it down to a process now. Used to take
Yeah,
me days on days to do it. Now, realistically, I'll do the photos for the shoot, Matterport and everything, and then once my
right,
photographer leaves, I just do my part. So I'll
right,
spend about an hour and a half at the property doing things there, lock it up, then I'll go and do all the community features, and then
yep.
after that, I'll go home, finish it up. Editing takes about an hour to an hour and a half. I upgraded my video software this year as well, so that was also very helpful.
The other thing that like people don't notice is you're shooting on sunny days. How many sunny days do you actually get? Look at
Not
your
all of them.
face.
Not all of them. I've learned to color grade very well, thankfully. Yeah.
But like, even that alone is like you plan out the listing shoot on a Monday,
Yep.
and on the Saturday, it's Nova Scotia, it looks sunny.
Mm.
You get to Monday, overcast, shitty weather,
Yep.
bad lighting. Well, overcast is great, it's a perfect day for lighting. But
Yeah.
anyway, maybe it rains. You're a busy realtor, you probably have your next 2 or 3 days planned. Well, now you gotta reschedule that shoot
Yeah.
where you get all yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll do the
Yeah.
inside content. I'll do
Yeah,
everything
of course.
inside, and then I'll put the same clothes back on the next day and go and do the rest of it if I have to.
Continuity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta have the continuity, man. It can't look
Yeah.
too different, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I try to keep it as consistent as possible. Um, but yeah, I get a lot of looks sometimes. But now I'm at the point now with them that I had 3.3 million views last year on all of my content.
Good for you.
Yeah,
So now
3.3 mil.
people are like, "Oh, that's just Bruce."
Every time I go to the grocery store. And I can tell now when someone's gonna come up to me and ask me, "Are you the guy that makes funny real estate videos?" Because I'll get the look, and then you'll see them start to contemplate coming over and talking to me. And then they'll see them walk over and I'll catch them in the eye. And I know exactly what they're gonna ask because I can tell. I wear I wear the exit hat, I wear around. Steve Jobs wore the same clothing every day because it eliminated
Yeah.
decision fatigue, but it also gave me
Yep.
recognizability. So that's something I try to do as well. And yeah, I'll be at the grocery store and I know when it's coming. I can tell when someone's going to come up to me and say, "Are you the guy that does any real estate videos?" Yes, yes,
Oh
that's
my
me. Give 'em a
god.
card, and So like I have the opportunity now to prospect without having to call people
Yep.
because I'm getting people
You're
coming up
going to
to
the grocery
me.
store.
Yeah,
Right.
because I just live
Right,
here.
right, right. Oh my god. I know we gotta get out of here because we're running to a hour 15 now. Um, is there any last words you wanna say before we get out of here? You can do the elevator sales pitch. I'm all about I asked you to be on the pod. If you wanna sell people sell yourself on my podcast, I'm okay with it. That's why we have realtors on. Everyone's a salesman.
Yeah, absolutely. So, to all the realtors out there or anyone that's starting, um, I would say know your business and stay consistent with what you're doing and find out what works and then double down and build more behind that piece. Because if you trust yourself, have confidence in yourself, and are willing to spend the time to do the things you need to do to get the sales you need to get and to get out there, it'll come back in droves over time. It's a slog. There's a reason why people leave this industry after a year or two, and it's just tough. Um, but in terms of working with me as a realtor, I'm just a normal guy who likes to sell houses and make people happy.
I love
And
that.
I've got a lot of knowledge. And throughout my career as a realtor, I've learned a lot about homes. I am an expert in nothing, but we are supposed to know a lot about a lot of things. And like, for example, the other day I was doing a showing and I drew how a septic system works in the snow because these people had never seen a septic system. They never lived with one. So I just drew it out in the snow for them. And they're like, how do you know so much? I'm like, well, after
It's
you,
my job.
yeah, after you send a camera down enough shit scopes, you kind of
Yeah.
understand how everything works. Um, but why would someone work with me over somebody else? I believe in relationships first. I believe in making sure that we're a good fit personally. Doesn't matter what I'm going to do for the marketing for you. If you're not enjoying the person you're working with, you're going to have a bad experience. Even if they're the best marketer out there, assholes get ahead regardless if people like them or not for
Right.
lots of reasons. And to me, it's just important to be a real person, to be approachable, like open, honest, and reliable real estate is what I'm all about.
Amazing. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna hit end on the call. Stay on the line just
Sure.
because for the video upload, it needs to all upload to the cloud because
Sure.
of course it does. Bruce, thank you. I really appreciate the time, my friend, and I will have you back on again.
Thanks, Jan. It was a pleasure.
And we end the friggin' end session. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. You can find Bruce and I's contact information in the show notes. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again. Bye.